All right, guys. Paul here, angry white guy, sitting here on the couch of my 50-foot yacht down in Marathon, Florida. And today I want to pick up the story a little bit about what happened and what was that transition that I made between, So now you guys heard in the last video here that I took a job. I was down in LA on my boat. Now I took a job in St. George, Utah. And what happened? I remember this vividly now. I actually think about it. But I want to just go through that 10-year period of what I did because I think we're getting ready to go through some pretty horrific times. And I think some of it's already here. Some of it's still to come. And we're making that transition in this world. And a lot of things that I was never told. I don't want to say that I was lied to or anything like that. But there's a lot that I had to learn, and I wish I had learned it very early on. If somebody, when I was a young man, had told me, just the basic principles of, and I do remember some of it, but, just instill it into you, and somebody had really sat down and told me, hey, this is what's going to fucking happen in real life. This is real fucking life, and this is really what fucking happens. I would have maybe approached life a little bit differently. And there is no question, just absolutely no question in my mind, had I taken those basic principles, done them throughout my entire life, where I would be today. So do I regret it? A little bit. But then at the same token, we're not who we are until we, get where we're supposed to be, if that makes sense. And right now, I'm supposed to be here telling my story in front of this camera to you guys, so that's what I'm going to do. So anyway, so now we're back to St. George, but real quick to getting to St. George, because I do remember vividly now. I took us all the way up. I had it was a little less than about $10,000 in our account, and I had to go do something real quick, we were looking for a place to live, but we had 2 dogs at the time, and nobody wanted to rent us a house because I told Beverly, I said, let's just go rent a house down in St. George. Well, it wasn't that easy because of the 2 dogs. So then, we're kind of RVers. We're living on a boat down in LA. The boat is paid for in cash. I have about $10,000 to my name. And I got this job, and the job was okay. It wasn't, I thought I was going to be there for like 90 days or something like that. So I didn't want to do anything too drastic. But what I did is I got online. I found us an RV. And I remember this. I had to take all the money out of our account. And literally, this is how close it got. It got down to, we had no money for groceries and no money for gas because I had to leave LA, go pick this RV up, take it to my parents' house. And by the time I got back to the boat to go pick Beverly and the dogs up, we had probably less than about $250 to our name again. So here we are, dead broke again. But the boat is paid for, and the RV I just picked up is paid for. So everything is paid for. But we're literally, I just remember, I don't know why I'm even saying this, but I just remember sitting there waiting for that first paycheck that I got from the company that I was working for. I just remember it very clear right now. I got that close. And Beverly hated the freaking RV that I went and picked up. She just hated it. I loved it. I thought it was a great RV. So anyway, what I did in that 10-year stretch here, and had I known now what I know then, you know what I'm saying? I practice these principles today. And basically it was take 10%. I started my 401k right away. I learned how to invest. So I was watching, I don't know, Tony Robbins videos, investing videos, all of these videos on how to invest money and stuff like that. And trust me, even then I made huge mistakes. I probably lost somewhere around $50,000. Hey guys, life isn't about winning. And if you are prepared not to lose, like if you have a mindset that, hey, I can't lose, and it deflates you and it takes you down, and it can, you're gonna have a rough go at it because there's no gimmies in life, and I would go make these investments and I would get my ass kicked and I would like, what the hell just happened? And it was very, very frustrating period in my life. but I knew I had to do it. I knew I had to conquer it. I knew I had to, nobody can conquer investments. But the thing is, when you make 10 investments, you only have to get one right. And that's the beauty of, investing money and stuff like that. Because you really, you want to invest money and make money, just buy real estate. Eventually it goes down and it goes up. It's just basic principles. But it's, when I was out there and learning and growing, it was not easy. I thought I was going to be a day trader. I thought I was going to do this. I thought I was going to do that. None of that stuff actually worked for me. But what I did do is I actually did a little bit more. I put about 20% of every single paycheck went into my 401k, and it was protected there. I was out of my control, and I didn't touch it. And it didn't take long. Everybody starts at zero on everything, just like this YouTube channel here. I actually have a couple of YouTube channels. This one starts at zero. And it's same thing with that 401k or that savings account or that, it all starts at zero. And then very, very quickly, I just remember looking at it one day, saying when you break that $100,000 mark, you're like, woo, that's a huge milestone. You know what I'm saying? I haven't broke the 7-figure mark yet. And that's really my goal in the next couple of years, to break that 7-figure, because that's where I want to be. And so to get there, though, it takes a lot of discipline, and it takes, you have to get lucky on an investment, and stuff like that. So, and watching one of them actually, you know what I'm saying? There's a few investments that I made, and I've got extremely lucky, and how it all happened. Ethereum was a big one. I bought it at like $180. That's what my coin average was. And when I sold that, that's what made me probably most of my money, and even the money that I live off of today. So it's just, it's luck, it's timing, it's everything. But I can tell you, 1,000 other, or not 1,000, but probably 100 other investments that I lost, money on. And even in, the crypto market, I've lost a lot of money. But what I didn't do is lose more than I made, if that makes sense. So I took that 10-year period when I was working there. I had a really good job. I was making right at 6 figures, right at that $100,000 mark. I was living in a fairly inexpensive place. First thing I did when I got there, we were living in the RV, is I had to go buy Bev a brand new RV, which is no big deal. I was able to sell the other RV, recoup all of our money, plus make a couple $1,000s, because that's just like one of my little side gigs is these RVs, and I know RVs and boats pretty well. So that was an easy gig for me, And so anyway, in a very short amount of time, I had a pretty decent job, and I was making good money. And then I was learning, I was taking all of these classes. I was just dedicating my time. I was literally 7 days a week. We were working 7 days a week. So the little bit of time that I had, I would spend it, watching videos, learning how to invest. What do I want to do with the money? Where am I going to put the money? Stuff like that. And, I bought the piece of property that we lived on. Everything was paid for. And so we didn't have any bills. And we got to start to do a little bit nicer vacations. We got to start enjoying a little more that life had to offer. And it felt, the feeling of, and I've never, even today, I don't believe, like, you should take, if you're making $100,000 a year, what is that? $2,000 a week, $8,000 a month. Your mortgage should be a quarter of that, so you shouldn't be making more than a $2,000 a month payment. And if you are, you're already in trouble. In these times that are coming ahead of us, I've personally witnessed, everything that's going on right now. And my brother, God bless him, but he's in a lot of fucking trouble right now. He's going to lose everything. He's going to lose his house. He's going to lose everything. And he bought into that whole, of what society, you get in debt, you do this, you have your mortgage payment, and it's too much. He needs $20,000 a month just to stay afloat. And when you need that kind of cash, I mean, if you got the job and you got the means to do it, I mean, God bless you. But think about this. Just think about this for 1 minute. If your overhead that you have to get up every single day and you have to live with is $20,000, and you're paying interest on it for credit cards, mortgage payment, you're actually giving away probably pretty dang close to half of that. So $10,000 goes to interest. So somebody else on the other side of the money that you thought you had to have at the time goes to somebody else. It doesn't go to your family. It doesn't go to supporting you, to educating your kids for weddings. It doesn't go to cars. It doesn't go to anything. You're just giving that money away. But if you could take that $10,000, this is what in that 10-year period, if you could take that $10,000 and you could apply that to your life, so you can make an investment, you could make a bad investment, because now you've got that money, that $10,000 a month, and it's your money now. It's not the guy at the bank. It's not your banker's money. It's not, all the people that this society that we've created of debt. And that's how our financial system actually works, is on debt. And so they teach us to, that we need this debt. And it's how the U.S. economy works and everything. But the difference between us and the true world is, the U.S. can print money. You cannot print money. You have to go out and get a job or start a business, and you have to make that money. Whereas the government, our U.S. government can just print their way out of it. And you're not allowed to do that. If you were, we'd be living in a different world. And you really got to learn that at a very young age. I think the younger you can pick this up, the better off you're going to be in life. And the principles are, just keep it simple. You put away savings, you put away, you invest money, you give to charity, you do all these things, and life becomes a series of yes and no. And that's where, when I was going through that 10-year period, it was really simple for me. I kept life super, super simple. Do you want this? Yes. Can you afford this? Yes or no? It just depended what it was. And it was very, very simple. I lived my life on this yes and no philosophy. If the answers were yes, then I could do it. If the answers were no, I couldn't do it. So, an example of that was, I wanted a Jeep Rubicon, let's say, and that Jeep Rubicon was $50,000. Well, do I have $50,000 to pay for that Jeep Rubicon? And the answer, there's just it was just yes or no. And when I wanted it, when I first wanted it, it was no. I didn't have the money. But you know what? I was able to save money. And then one day that I was, it was probably about 3 or 4 years later, I said, hey, I want to buy this Jeep Rubicon. Now I have $50,000. And I say, well, let's go buy it. So now the answer, I went to the dealership. I was actually I was just having a service done on my car at the Dodge dealer. And, I walked in there and I saw this beautiful white Rubicon Jeep. I wonder if I got a picture of it somewhere. Anyway, and I was able to buy it. And so I purchased it. And so it was, it made that transitions of yeses and nos. And I still live like that today. Can I afford this? Yes or no. It's just that simple. And when I say, can I afford that? It's not, can I put that on a credit card? Because I think that, putting anything on a credit card, you've got to ask yourself one thing. Am I paying this credit card off at the end of the month? If the answer is yes, and the answer is I can afford to do that, then yes, I can do that. If the answer is no, I'm going to have to buy time with it, then the answer is no. And I lived like that, and it was very, very simple life, and it was a very, very simple philosophy. And today, now, I'm not where I want to be financially, but I'm heading there, if that makes sense. And it's just a very simple yes and no, and that's how I live. That's all I do. And I wish somebody had told me that much, much younger in life. Anyway, I just wanted to share this with you this week because I'm not sure what this channel is going to be 100% about. But I really think the message needs to get out there. I think that people need to hear the story, and I want to share it with you guys. That's really, at the end of the day, that's all it's about. Anyway, peace out. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe. Share it with your friends. I do appreciate it. And today, just love and peace. Thanks. Bye.